Say that we are live on YouTube. Perfect. All right, just grabbing the link from YouTube. And posting it in Pro. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I did post it. Very good. So welcome to your final 11 tribal council. For those of you, just want to make sure it's recorded as well. At this point, everyone has been to a tribal council, so you know how it works. We're going to get right into things tonight, and I'm going to start this evening with Karen. So Karen, last round was a double tribal council. This round, you are all as one tribe. How are things different now, knowing that there is only one person leaving but 11 votes? There has to be different dynamics from different tribes at this point working alongside each other. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels, I mean, we were given like an amount of time to like bond and like talk to people, but I mean, you never know, because the moment that they vote, that's the only time that, like words mean a ton of nothing in this game, if I may say. Like you better like match your words with your actions. So I mean, like even if even if we talk to like a ton of people, because it's like me like talking to 10 different types of people. So I don't know if I had like enough time to do that, but like who knows. So yeah, that's just so yeah, like I don't even if we have like a ton of time, I just don't know like what people are gonna do.
So something you said in there, which is a perfect segue into my next question, that is it's time for people's words to be put into action. So Cody, do you feel like this tribal council is going to solidify how you feel about people and their words as opposed to their actions in this game?
I think to solidify what I think about people and their words, I have to get words from some people about what they're saying with this round. So I think that this question would be much better for somebody else. At this point, I know where I stand. I know what I'm doing. I've at least told others what I'm doing. So at this point, I'm just like, we hit the ground running, rock and roll.
It's of course, Ben, it is of course, different tribes coming together now and voting as one, it's hard to know who to trust, who not to trust, which words to believe. Do you take people at face value, or is this, just like I asked Cody, is this going to be an opportunity for people to prove what they're saying is true?
I feel like it's a combination of both, because right now there's so many people who are on the same tribe at one point, so you don't know if their words truly mean anything or not. You have to take them at face value, because this is the first tribal council that we're voting with together. And so I think after tonight, it's going to prove where, or if people are saying are actually true or not.
So Dustin, Malcolm, Travis, congratulations on winning immunity this round. The three of you are safe, cannot be voted out tonight. So what I want to know in that is, how much more valuable do you believe your vote is this evening? Knowing that you cannot go home, do you think more people are relying on you because of that fact, or have not many people been reaching out? I'm going to send it over to Malcolm first.
Yeah, so I mean, the moment that I learned that I won immunity for this round, I went to a party, totally like turned the game off, came back, and I feel like for me, I was just like trying to play catch up, which I guess is like one way when you have immunity to do so. So, you know, I think I've been very, with all the information I gathered, I feel like I've been very transparent about my thought process when it comes to this vote and the overall outcome. I don't know if it's that my vote is like a deciding factor or anything along those terms. I think it's just an opportunity for me to be a little more transparent.
Travis, what about you?
Hello. Yeah. So I was kind of in the same boat as Malcolm. Once I won, I was just like, whew, I can breathe. I don't have to actually like really fight to do anything. But I believe that people definitely were reaching out to me to try to swing me one way or another. So I think it did impact it a little bit, but I am also kind of set with what I'm doing tonight. So I definitely think having immunity was definitely made a little bit easier, but I think people were reaching out a little bit with that.
Dustin, I don't want to throw out a very similar question. I think 3 of the same answer is going to get repetitive. So I'm going to change it up a little bit for you. And Travis said something about being set in his ways. Do you think that other people were at the beginning of this round set in their ways, but that has changed based on conversations happening?
Like, I think you mean basically the 3 immunities definitely probably threw a wrench in some people's plans. I mean, when like a quarter of the cast is safe, I'm sure, you know, with 3 people safe, I'm sure at least one of our names have been brought up one time. So it's kind of given me a safety blanket, but my intended goal for the end of this round hasn't changed since I won immunity. And I feel like that's known. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to throw the question over to Lisa. So getting the chance now to talk to everyone in the game, because everyone here is together, have your ideas on trust and alliances changed in this one round? Or do you think that there are still alliances, there are still lines in the sand, and people will remain of where they're at or where they're going to be?
Well, I do see that there are alliances at different places. Also see that there are people that's playing their own game. So when it comes to trust, I feel as though, like, me personally, I have very little amount of people who I could sit here and I say, well, I trust this person. At the end of the day, it's never going to be an 100% because, like, you never 100%ly know what the next person is thinking. But I am sort of able to see who is clicking a little bit more with who.
And for you specifically, would you say that it's been easy to see who's clicking, or was it a little difficult this round to see that?
It wasn't easy. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's obvious or things like that. No, it's not easy at all. But like, who knows? Like, I could actually be wrong. Like, my thoughts process on it, again, that's not 100% neither. But based off of the things that I've seen, I feel as though that I could at least put together at least a couple of people with someone.
So Felipe, I'm going to go over to you. So just hearing something like that, I mean, and I'm sure, you know, Lisa is not the only person who has thought of this, and who was able to see those connections. Does that worry you that people are able to see where people click or how people click and where bonds are forming?
Yes, definitely. It's definitely scary, because there's so much like tribe division. There's like 3 tribes in one tribe. That's crazy, and then there could be multiple plans tonight. Like, and I think like one person or multiple person will be blindsided tonight, or and some people will be happy. So I'm just like so stressed out right now because there's so like turns and twists, but like like I can't believe like this tribal wine world has made me panic for a couple hours. But yeah.
We love panic. It brings joy to my cold heart to see love panic. But I think Felipe actually just he brought up a very good word and something that I enjoy at Tribal Council, and that is blind sides. So, throwing that question over to Christian, are what we're expected to see here tonight, based off of what people may have told you, would be straightforward, or is there always room for blind?
I mean, blind sides are fun, but I don't think it's time for them yet. I think pretty much this right now, sorry, my voice is really fucked up. So like, don't hate on me, sorry. But I think the plan is in place. I think people know what's gonna happen. I think everyone's been talking about it all day. I think it's kind of laid out, and I don't think it'll be too much of a shock. I don't know.
And see, kids, this is why we don't experiment with poppers. So, how to do it?
I'm dead.
Francisco. All right. So let me see here. God, who's left? I think all of you. So I still want to throw some questions around because I love getting information and where I can, because it's been lacking these tribal councils. So I'm going to throw a question back over to Cody because it seems like you thought you got the wrong question. So
Thank you,
Cody,
Robert.
Would you be, I don't know, would you be shocked tonight if the vote wasn't going as you had hoped?
I mean, I'd be pleasantly surprised if I'm gonna be very honest with you. When roughly half the tribe hasn't wanted to engage in strategy talk, or I've been having to engage with them for the people that want to talk. I think that the plan is pretty transparent of what people want to do. And I've already told it to a couple people. I'm planning on throwing a wrench in it tonight. Because it's already public knowledge that I have an idol. And well, it'll get played. People want that, but you got to do what you got to do.
And production, of course, we cannot verify whether an idol is real until an idol is played. But throwing that into the mix, Malcolm, do you believe that idols tonight could affect this vote enough to make some people upset that it didn't go their way?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to idol plays, right? Like, I think that's something that we're always nervous for. But I mean, I'm wearing an invisible necklace around my neck, so you know, with the idol play and with what happens, it can't be my name, and for that is a win.
Fair enough. So here's a general question for everyone. This round was one world, and we told you that we knew you were expecting a merge. What makes you think that we would go into a one world scenario, and then the next round just, I guess, merge? What do you think is going to happen after this tribal? Because I did say there was going to be another announcement. And that's right. Dustin, go ahead. You raise your hand.
I think you're going to split us into tribes of 5. I've kind of had that theory for today, but maybe.
Oh God, don't demerge. Like I fucking
maybe
hate
you won't
that.
let us merge, but with the announcement, I'm confident it's a merge announcement, but my second guess, if it's not, would be 2 tribes of 5, and then who knows from there.
What I'm very nervous about
Which is
if
stupid.
it's
Like, why would you merge and then demerge? Like,
But this isn't a merge. It's
this is fucking one world. So
I don't know about you all. I'm
Like,
very nervous that it's like, oh, like vote someone else out, because like I have friends over that I'm taking away from them to do this tribal council vote. So I hope that it is something that is not too like time that takes up a lot of time, so that we can like vote, and then I can go entertain my friends and then be on chats at bare minimum. So that is what I'm hoping for.
So you guys have personal lives? That's a shame. We don't want to ruin your plans. That is an absolute shame. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, ProSurvivor is a commitment. It's like your boyfriend or girlfriend. Get over it.
ProSurvivor isn't giving me any good benefits that I would get in any other type of relationship.
Preach
So
it,
let's work
Malcolm.
on
Preach
that.
it.
I know.
Preach
Well,
it.
Karen said relationship, not friends with benefits. Okay.
Look,
Yeah, but apparently I'm stuck with, you know.
I've been in a long-term relationship with ProSurvivor now, what, 7 years? It's given me nothing other than your beautiful faces. Yay. So, Cody, were you raising your hand? You were doing one of these? Oh, you were, okay. Sorry, I couldn't tell. That's really all I've got. I do want to, as every tribal council, open the floor, but before I do, Francisco, I know you're here. Any questions? I don't know what you're saying. You're muted, babes. Nothing. Okay, great. So no questions. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to open the floor. If anybody has something they want to say, anybody they want to call out, share some lovely information, whatever you'd like. Go right ahead. But the floor is
I have a
yours.
question.
me?
Yeah, for you. Can we whisper at tribal? Is that a thing? Like talk to somebody privately?
Don't you have Skype?
I don't know if we could use our chats, girl. I was asking.
Have you never? Why? Yeah.
Just
Hello?
wondering.
Hello? I'm just making sure. Hello? Yes, no, I'm just kidding. Yes, you can. Absolutely. I drove him off cam. Sorry, Christian. No, you guys are allowed to chat as tribal council is going on privately. That's not a problem. You know, information needs to be spread until the last moment, until the votes are requested. So yes, that is not a problem. Anything else? Once, going twice. So, okay, so we will go ahead and get into the vote. Francisco, you want to do that voting booth? Yeah, okay, great. So I will create the voting booth one by one. You will join Francisco and cast your vote. Remember, if you are available, it seems like everybody is available to write your vote down and show it to the camera when giving your reason for your vote. You can do so. I am going to head and grab your order right now for your votes. All right, so your voting order is going to be Felipe, Malcolm, Ben, Travis, Lisa, Cody, Dustin, Karen, and Chris. All right. Francisco, let me get you over there. I'll send you the voting order so you have it. Okay. Go get him. There he goes. Let me just go ahead and send him the voting order so that he has it. All right, so up first would be Felipe. You're going to vote. You guys can also, as I said, talk amongst yourselves as the voting is happening. So feel free to do that. I'm going to go on mute for just a few. Felipe, you're up first. Also, if you had pre-voted in your confessional, thought you would not be a tribal council, you are allowed to change your vote since you are here if you have done that. So we'll make sure you just cast the vote in which way you choose. All right, Malcolm, you are up. Okay, Ben, you're up. Travis, you are up. Lisa, you are up. Cody, you are up. Excuse me. Dustin, you are up. Oh, hold on. Karen, you are up. And finally, Christian.
Francisco was laughing at me. I don't know if it's at me or he's laughing.
He was laughing at me too because I thought I had to. I thought he was going to kick me out of the breakout room, so him and I were just looking at each other for like a solid 10 seconds.
Who was? I don't know why you guys are laughing at me. Robbie is also laughing at me whenever I do voting confessionals.
Because you do the funniest things.
Why? I'm not a clown.
All right,
Do
so
I look like a clown?
I'll correct it. You do the cutest things and they're just fun.
To the viewers who are watching this, just please comment if I look like a
Luckily they can't see the voting votes. That's because that would suck. That would suck for everyone.
Yeah. Guys, if I get voted out now, I will freaking go to my grandma's closet, bring out a voodoo doll, and like curse you like one by one. Girl, I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding. Just search for barang here in the Philippines, BARANG, and you will see like how cruel it is. Like they're gonna be worms and flies like running out of your mouth. You're gonna like poop a freaking frog, and you will be like damned like until your last day. Like that's just what I'm gonna say.
So what's the downside?
What?
So what's the downside of this? This all sounds great.
Oh my.
Who? What's that? Who's that?
So I have the votes. Everybody please back on cam if you are here. All right, first thing is first. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or a power that you'd like to use, now would be the time to do so.
Hi. I'm gonna use the idol. I think everyone kind of saw this coming, I guess. I'm just gonna use it on myself.
All right, rules of Survivor stated that if a hidden immunity idol is used, all votes cast against that player do not count. This is in fact a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Cody will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote. Ben. Warren. Ben. Warren. Ben. Warren. That is 3 votes Ben, 3 votes Warren. Ben. Warren. That is 4 votes Ben, 4 votes Warren. Next vote. Ben. That is 5 votes Ben, 4 votes Warren. Next vote. The next person voted out of ProSurvivor 17 and the first member of our jury. Ben. Ben, the tribe has spoken.
Do I win something now?
You may say them now.
No hard feelings. That was good. Good game, y'all.
And Ben, just remember,
Maybe I'm gonna look into the cursing that Karen was saying. So beware.
and you are the first member of our jury, which means you do have a hand in who wins this season. You will have a vote. So we will add you to the jury chat shortly. Thank you so much for playing. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you again.
Goodbye.
Sorry, Ben.
Bye, Ben.